Hi guys, this is Omega1, and today I'm showing you guys another deck profile. For today we've got Harpies. Now Harpies is a deck that became quite popular right after the new support came out, which is a long time ago, and it was quite a hype at that time, but today I think it gets less attention, which isn't always justified because I think this deck is really strong. It's a pain to get over, it can really kill some decks, it's really adapted to the meta too. In my opinion. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool, and I'm gonna show you the cards that I play. Starting off our typical Harpie engine with all the new cards from the support. Actually, Harpies is a new card from new support. Made the deck a lot stronger, so really cool. So we've got, of course, the triple Chandler. Amazing card. It starts your combos off. Nothing to say about that. Harpist is amazing. It's just dark mist for Harpies. I don't know what Konami was thinking. Like, we need more searching power. Let's throw in something that basically compensates the discarding cost you get from Chandler. So crazy. Also, it has another effect which like bounces back monsters or something. You don't use it that much, but I think it's great utility sometimes. But in general, it's definitely the other effect you want to use. And then, of course, the double Harpie. Don't mind the proxy. I didn't have any inspiration, and I didn't want to have like stupid, like name tag. So I was a little more creative. Anyways, yeah, Dancer, really great card. It keeps your combos going. But because it doesn't really start them up, I suggest you only run two. You don't want to draw into too many dancers. It gets quite dead. The 2 is just perfect. Just summoning them out of your deck and stuff. Really great. I think this is a really balanced setup for the Harpies. Of course, we've got the other ones too. So the remaining Harpies are the triple Queen and the triple Harpie Lady 1. Queen is a very staple just searcher for your field spell. Your field spell really hurts your opponent badly, so you need it. And it also feeds your own combos a bit. Harpie Lady 1 is some more discard fodder because you need to have a little bit more flesh in the deck, a little bit more Harpie Ladies. And of all the Harpie Ladies, I really think the first, like, Harpie Lady 1 is the best. Because, like, 300 attack points, it's basically Giga Brilliant. You can finish off your opponent without going into Xyz monsters. You just use the effective Chandler a whole bit and then bounce stuff back so that you can summon it in attack mode. And you've got like 2 to 3 monsters in attack mode with 300 boost. It's really great. Or, I mean, it boosts every wind monster, so if you have a wind type Xyz monster, it's even better. So yeah. That's it for the Harpies themselves. I got one more monster, Zephyros the Elite. I think Zephyros is great for utility. Just bouncing back your hunting ground if you don't want to hit your own spell and traps. Basic just Xyz rank 4 fodder, but it can also bounce back Hysteric Signs and other stuff you just don't have on the field, like Anti-Spell Fragrance and stuff. So it's a really great card. There's a reason it's played in Black Queens too, so yeah. So that's it for the monsters. Not a lot of monsters. You don't need a lot of monsters. It's all you need. For the spells, we're starting off with our double Hunting Ground, double Hysteric Sign. I think this is quite good, double Hunting Ground, not 3, because then you just run into it too much, and I think you can balance it out with 2 Hunting Grounds, 2 Queens, so that you can either have the spell itself or a monster, which basically is a spell. I think that's pretty good. Hysteric Sign, of course, such a crazy card. I mean, searching out Elegant Egotist from your hand or your graveyard, which makes double, like, crazy, so you don't have to run a lot of Elegant Egotists. Really great. And of course, searching out 3 Harpies is completely mental, and it's so easy to do. The only drawback is that both effects cannot be used during the same turn, which kind of sucks, but still, there's a lot of chance. Like, if you activate this card, there's no way your opponent is going to get rid of it without triggering its effect. I mean, there are ways, of course, bouncing it back, but you won't see it that quickly. And, even chaining MSD against it won't do much. So, it's amazing. Amazing card. Next up, we've got Elegant Egotist. I should have put that with the other cards, but it's more clear like this. Elegant Egotist, amazing card, just summoning something just for free. And it's searchable by Hysteric Sign. You only need one because, as I said, you can take it from the graveyard. It's a staple in this deck. And then rounding off the spell lineup with 1 MST and 1 Dark Hole. Dark Hole is quite obvious. You should be Raigeki, I think, but I don't have Raigeki, so yeah. And 1 MSD. Now, you might think, like, some people would think, why only 1 MSD? And other people would think, why MSD? Because you have Hunting Ground, so technically you wouldn't need MSD. But you do, because there's situations, too many situations, where there's continuous spell traps or field spells that can kind of mess you up. You need to have a little bit more dynamic spell and trap removal than just summoning a monster and hoping that your field spell will still be face up when it resolves. So I think 1 MST is just great for utility. So that's why I play it. Those are the spells. We're starting out the traps with, again, quite staples, like Hysteric Party 3 times, Anti-Spell Fragrance, and double Icarus attack. Hysteric Party is just hysterically awesome. Sorry, that no pun intended. Well, I actually did intend that pun. Never mind. Hysteric Party, great card, great effect. It just swarms the field, and it can really help you out in bad situations. Less useful if you top deck it, because you do have to discard a card, but combined with like Harpies and stuff, it's just crazy. Anti-Spell Fragrance, I love it in this parallel rare card art. But anyways, Anti-Spell Fragrance, amazingly awesome card, just shutting down decks like no other. And if you don't like it, you have got alternatives for it, like Zephyros, like the next card I play, which is Trapstun, 2 of it. Let's just put it here, I said it anyways. So yeah, Anti-Spell Fragrance, really great. Double Icarus stack, quite staple in any Winged Beast deck, especially where you have a lot of Winged Beast fodder lying around, like Harpies and stuff. Double Trapstun. You play a lot of traps, but it works really well. It works also with Hysteric Party, because Hysteric Party has the Call of the Haunted type effect, where if it gets MSD'd, it destroys every single Harpie you control, but if you chain Trapstun to that, your Harpies will still survive. So that's a pretty cool combo, if you can pull it off. It's pretty cool. And the same counts for Anti-Spell Fragrance. If you just don't want to have its effect going around for your own turn, you just activate Trapstun, and it helps a lot. And of course, you can use Trapstun for the reason Trapstun was made, namely stunning traps your opponent controls. And next up, it's basically a lineup, entire lineup of staples, starting off with double Phoenix Wing Wind Blast and Phoenix Chain. Wing Wind Blast, discarding a card again, it's not too bad in this deck, so having a great effect like that is always good. And Phoenix Chain is Phoenix Chain. Running 2 of those is always great. And then the bunch of one-offs, Vanity's Emptiness, Torrential Tribute, Compulsory Evacuation Device, Balance Trap Hole, Mirror Force, just a bunch of staples. Again, this is like Fire King, a deck with a very compact engine where you just have the space to fit in a bunch of staples. It's just really, really good. So that's it. The main deck, very simple, very straightforward, not too many weird gimmicky cards, just this. And the extra deck is basically built in the same way. We've got double Harpie's Pet Phantasmal Dragons. I really love this card. This is an amazingly cool card. It's also lesser known, so if you drop this on your opponent, it has got quite of a surprise factor. But it protects all of your Harpies, so that they cannot be attacked, nor can they be targeted. So the only way to get over it is like Dark Hole and stuff, and apart from that, most decks don't have much to get rid of that. So that's an amazing card. 6k burn on the long term. It's just awesome. I love it. I'm playing 2 of it. I think if you're less of a fan of this card, I suggest you just play 1 of them to test it out, and if you really don't like it, sure, leave it out, but just try 1. It'll do you good. 2 might seem a little bit optimistic. I think I've played it 2 times during duel, but I've got space enough, so I put in 2 anyways. Lightning Chidori is a staple in win decks, really great. I love the artwork on this card, it's a really cool card. And then all kinds of rank 4 staples. I'm gonna give you guys a lineup, but you don't have to really take this as your as a guideline. You just do whatever you want with it. I play double Castel, Maestro twice too. I've got the space. Emerald. Emerald is actually quite good. I do suggest you get Emerald because reshuffling your Harpists is quite good. They go into the graveyard like no other, so it's really great. Black Ship Horn, Gaga Cowboy, twice. You know, I'm telling you, 2 Gaga Cowboy can really help you out. Having like an opponent with like 1200 attack point, life points, sorry, and just summoning 4 monsters really easily, it's easier to do than you think, and it really helps you, like, finishes off your opponent very annoyingly. I've had games where you summon 1 cowboy, you burn for a bit, and then afterwards, a few turns later, they're like 500, they think they're safe, and then you bust out the 2nd cowboy, and just a look on their faces, it's gold. Worth running to these, yeah. Next up is Dweller, Steelstorm Roach, 101, Utopia. Yes, Utopia. Running Utopia shows how much space I've got in this extra deck. But I'm telling you guys, just play any rank 4 you want. It doesn't matter whether... I do suggest if there's like rank 4 monsters that have got 3 materials that you've always wanted to run, but you never found the right deck to do it, so really do it in this deck. Like, for instance, Evil Swarm, what's his name? Like, the Trishula of Evil Swarms. It's a really great card in my opinion, but it's not played that much because you need 3 rank 4 monsters. You could play that in here. I don't play it in here, but it doesn't really matter. You can play whatever you want. So that was a deck. I hope you guys liked it. This is an amazingly fun deck to play with. It annoys your opponent a lot. Just dropping an anti-spell fragrance or the hunting ground or the phantasmal dragon. It's just amazing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, don't hesitate to leave a like. Also, don't hesitate to comment what you thought about the deck. If you've got suggestions, questions, anything, sarcastic comments, always comment. So that's it. Omega 1, signing out. Next up. Wow. Okay. You only need 1 because you activate 1, and the other ones you just search them out with like hunting ground. No, oh shit, I'm doing this. Let's. Ik hoor opeens zo Yugioh. Ik was zo helemaal afgeleid.